In this video, I'm going to go through some problems that were requested for help on. So you can use them if you need, just as some extra examples, or if you're fine with this, you feel free to skip it. This one's from specifically Electronic Homework 1B, number 13 in my open math. Carolyn is building a pen for her dog. The perimeter of the pen is 45 feet. The fencing material is sold by the yard. It costs $9.30 per yard. What is the cost of the material before taxes? And I just jotted the answer here just so we have it. First thing to do is convert 45 feet to yards, and then we can figure out the total cost. So we're going to set up a unit fraction here, 45 feet over 1. That's our given info times 1 yard over 3 feet. This is really like multiplying by 1 because it is an equivalency. So we can do that. We're just going to put our units kitty corner to each other. So we make sure those reduce out and we're just left with yards. So then we have 45 divided by 3 would be 15 yards. And we're going to now multiply that by the $9.30. And we get, I'm just going to write this down. Try this along with me and see if you get the $139.50. So the key thing here is to make your conversion first. Sometimes you need to round to the nearest yard. On this particular word problem in my open math, I believe you may have to do that. So if you're kind of getting it just a little bit off, make sure that if you had a decimal here that you round to the next highest yard, because it's sold by the yard, unless it says it's prorated or something. They do vary on how that works, so make sure you're reading the directions or any notes that are in there, but that could be something that would throw you off. And this is just the total. For this next problem, they come from the electronic homework, but I'm not exactly sure which specific one it is from, so I didn't label it that way. You are in charge of drinks for a community barbecue. You need to supply at least 120 cups of beverage to provide enough for the projected number of people that will attend. So far, you've received the following donations. So you have enough to make 4 gallons of lemonade, 6 bottles of fruit juice that each have 64 ounces, fluid ounces. How many cups of beverage do you have? So since we need to have 120 cups, we're thinking maybe we should just convert all these to cups, because that's what the question asks. So I think that's the easiest route. So right now, we're going to take it piece by piece. So 4 gallons of lemonade. So you would do 4 gallons, use a unit conversion over 1. That's our given information. And then we can use a conversion sheet or whatever you want to use to help you out with this. But there's 4 quarts. 4 quarts to 1 gallon. And then we still need to get to cups, so we got to keep going. So then we have quarts to pints, so we would have quarts and then pints. And my conversion would be 1 quart to 2 pints. A lot of times I put the units in there first, so then I can track it along the way. And then lastly, I want to have pints. So I'm putting them on the kitty corner because this is not a proportional method. This is a unit fraction method, just like I did above, but it has a lot more of them. And then I finally get to my cups. is what I need. And it's 2 cups to 1 pint. So I put the units in where I need them, then I fill in the numbers. That way it's really just methodical the way it works. And then I go through and do make sure that the units that I don't want, that they are actually crossing out. And then I just want to multiply across the top. So I have the 4 times 4 times 2 times 2. So then I would have that in the numerator, my 32. Oh, wait, I think I missed one. There we go, 64. And that would be cups. And that would be over 1. So I can just write it as 64 cups. And the question is just asking how many cups of beverage. So we have 64 cups of beverage. And we're more than halfway there, but the question isn't asking what's left on this one, but sometimes they do. They might have part 2, and you have to make sure you enter in the correct thing for what you're asked. So I'm going to stop this video here and then do a part 2 with a couple more problems.